Hey everybody, it's Paula here from the Excel Club and welcome to today's video. In today's video we're going to look at Power Query and we're going to look at appending tables. Quite often when you're working with data in Excel, less is more often better than more. One way of having less tables of data in your model is to append them or to sit one on top of the other. In this video, we're going to learn how you can use the append feature in Power Query to reduce the number of tables that you have in your Excel workbook or in your model. But before we get stuck into this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notifications button so you don't miss any more of my videos. And if you found this video useful, please do give it the thumbs up. You'll also find below the video a link to my website. I do hope that you will drop over and say hi. So let's hop over into our model now and have a look at appending queries with Power Query. When you're working with data sets, less is often more. It would be quite common for people to combine tables so that you have less tables to actually work with in the first place, meaning your model is less complex and easier to understand. Power Query offers a number of ways you can combine queries. You can merge queries, you can append queries, and you can combine files. In this video, we're going to look at appending queries. Now, appending queries will take two queries and basically sit them one on top of the other. For example, we brought in this table for Amber earlier on and Dylan. Both were in the same Excel workbook. And they have the region, the month and the new customers acquired. And both tables contain the same headers. By appending these tables together, we can sit one table on top of the other table. The append query function can be found under the home ribbon and from the combined set of queries. We can choose to append the queries or append the queries as new. If you select append queries, it'll take the query that you've currently selected and it will add new steps to the particular query. If you select append queries as a new query, this will set up a whole new query and leave your existing queries intact. I'm going to select append as new. Now we had selected the Dylan query there and we see that this has been brought up as a primary table. Now it asks us what table do we want to append to this. Well, we want to append the Amber table. And then we can select OK. Now this has gone ahead and it has created a new query and a new table. It's named it Append 1, which we can rename from our property step. And we could just say combined managers, just so we know what it is. Now we have renamed that query. Now let's just say that the Dylan column had an additional column of data in here. And in our combined queries, what we would find is another column. However, for the data that's being pulled in from Amber, these values will be null until it reaches the Dylan values, and then these values will actually be populated. So it does bring in columns that have not been matched. Now you can append more than two queries together as well. So let me just go back here to this Dylan and I'm going to select append queries as new. You see in here now we have the option to select 3 or more tables. And it'll automatically bring in over here to the right table to append the primary table that you selected. You can then select other tables by just selecting the particular table. Now I'm going to bring in online stats to show you what happens when you bring in a column or bring in a table that has a mismatch of columns. Let's just remove this Amber for a second. Now this is basically to show you as an example. And we can see now that it has brought in the customer, the 3 columns from the Dylan table, and down here it is blank. And these blanks are because there was no match found. And then it's brought in the second table that we selected. And we'll see up here that there's all these nulls because the Dylan data didn't contain any of this information. Now I'm actually going to just delete that query because I was just setting it up to show you. So I'm just going to delete that query. And that's how you can append queries using Power Query.